Hello everybody, this is Silly Mikuladzima, and this is the Sixth Prasad. This is the Sixth Prasad of the Great Reveal from the Planetmates. It reads, so, instead of the truth that, for reasons unknown, you were unfortunate enough to be deprived of the full and perfect nurturing of a near-perfect divine nature, as other species are, until they are ready to be in flesh, instead of the obvious truth, obvious to all other species, that this prematurity leaves a scar of hurt and rejection, for starters, but also helplessness and hopelessness, second, and third, that this occurs right at the beginning of known flesh existence, so as to create the very unusually twisted, unwholesome roots of humans. But then, fourth, this lack must be somehow mitigated for the species to not die out of pure despair right at the outset. This mitigation is accomplished through the creation of an alien consciousness construct, which serves to both separate humans from the realization of your lack, to essentially muffle or obscure your horrible and precarious plight from your awareness, acting like what you would call an opiate, essentially. But also it serves as an alternate but opposite, and that's all in capitals, opposite construction of self, opposite from the truth of your nature, taking all your flaws, like language, and turning them into supreme accomplishments, in this way acting as a euphoriant. This alien consciousness construct, this child as well as parent of all your wrong-gettedness, is what you call ego. Okay, that's a mouthful. I think they finally kicked our butt. Okay, this is, what they're saying here is that we think that instead of the truth that we're unfortunate, instead of this obvious truth that our premature births leaves a scar of hurt and rejection, helplessness and hopelessness, and occurring right at the beginning of our existence creates a very unusual, twisted, unwholesome root for us, starts us off on a really bad footing, so to speak, but and this lack must somehow be reduced, just for us not to die out of pure despair right at the beginning of existence, crib death, and that so this reducing of this despair is accomplished through the creation of something very alien in consciousness, which other planetmates don't have. But this construct separates us from realizing our lack. It actually it muffles and obscures our, as they put it, horrible and precarious plight, so that we don't know about it. So it acts. So this alien consciousness construct, which they later say is the ego, acts like an opiate to repress or to tranquilize us from knowing how horrible we really have. It also serves, since it's an alternate but opposite construction of self, it's opposite from the truth, and it takes all our flaws, like language, and turns them into a supreme accomplishments. So it's actually the ego is the biggest sugarcoating of our existence, and in this way acts as a euphoria. It sounds like the ego is a lot like booze, and I know a little bit about that from the past. Not anymore, but yeah. So it says we need to buffer our problems, or buffer our unfortunate fates, and then turn them into wonderful things. And it says that ego does this. They use an interesting word, wrong-gettedness. It's wrong-get-tedness. So like you're getting it wrong all the time. It says our ego is the child of our wrong-gettedness, but it's also the parent of our continued wrong-gettedness. So, as they say, put that in your pipe and smoke it.